Hi, Aries. If you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. We've got your inkblot here made in your name and essence that we've flipped. So we're going to scry for shapes and symbols. We've got tarot and oracle, and as well the ghost box here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Please receive or release freely. So Arians, thank you so much for being here, for being my muse and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Right off the hop, I see there is this, I'm going to say throaty creature. I'm seeing it a beaver, some work being done. There's
Holy water.
Some wings, and there is some light bulbs going off here. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we got your paranormal poker hand. All right. Actually, we got more than that. Cool. All right, if you'd like to join me, Arians, we'll close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's wander the Aryan aura. Yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing I think it's a beaver. I'm pretty sure it's a beaver, and my eyes become doorways. My eyes are doorways, and there are light bulbs plugged into me on each shoulder, and they flutter with me like fairy wings almost. Is that I don't know if fairy wings is the right word, but that's how I'm seeing it. I'm also seeing some sort of creature that is drawing not from my light, not from the light bulb, but it's also plugged into something else. And I'm going to follow it here. And I feel like it's amidst the infinite. Does that make sense? And whatever infinite means to you, the infinite energy of creation. This doesn't mean I am plugged into the all and it's overwhelming, though for some you might be in that situation. This feels like to me it's very specific. There's something that I'm moving towards. There's something that I'm creating. There's a relation, whatever the case may be. And I am plugged in with it. It's actually helping my illumination of these doorways.
Always.
And I've been working, and I am working very hard. I'm also saying I'm going to call them muckaluk boots, like Alaskan boots or something like that. There's some fur, naturally made. Some where my feet are walking, I feel like I'm walking naturally, and something about keeping my feet warm. If my feet are warm, it's like my heart is warm. And then because my heart is warm, my hands are warm. Does this make sense? And then if my heart and hands are warm, then my eyes see warmth. I don't know what that means, but it's out there. And wherever I kind of walk, I'm getting this sensation that I am, oh, that's a very weird way of saying it. Every step I'm taking, I'm being reborn. I am the one bearing that birth of where I'm going. Almost, if I may, Arians, there could be this hint of existential crisis. Yeah. Okay. So something along that lines. So maybe you're somewhere at a point in your life, and that awareness of how everything is interconnected, or maybe you've gotten that flash review of, whew, oh my goodness, I literally have led myself here, everywhere, there. And then to have that peak of awareness and to move forward with that, I don't want to say, oh my goodness, but oh my goodness, like really, that's how it's feeling. There's some sort of boundaries. Well, it's how it's, maybe it's not, that's how it's feeling for you. Maybe you're like, oh, piece of cake. I mean, like, oh my goodness, this is quite a feat. Oh, but there's something about pressure. All right, sorry, I had to turn it for a second. Hopefully, you can always take a screenshot and zoom in and out if you're on your phone. Thank you to all those who like, share, and subscribe and donate. All the links are below. I'm going to keep going here. I feel like I was choked out for something. I was having a boulder in the back of my neck, and it was like, I might have been holding back something I wanted to say, or part of my light. And when I say light, I mean like what I really want. Like there seems to be this mixture. I'm seeing a porcupine as well, and this porcupine, it's like double shaded. When I see the porcupine and all the pork,
can you hear him?
All the pines of the pork are smooth. I want to go up and pet it, but then I need to be careful because it might spark up, and then it becomes Sharp. Three-prong plug. So I feel grounded as well. A little bit of a something. Okay, sorry, 2 seconds here. Okay, two things. I'm seeing a nightcap. You know, like one of those old school nightcaps.
What do you want?
That almost like the Christmas Carol, and like they wear the nightgowns, or in Schitt's Creek, the gentleman or the dad wears the nightgown or the night shirt. But I'm also seeing one of those caps, but it has a really, really long thing, like a sleeping cap. There's some sort of boundary or something happening in the sleep state, subconscious state. There's spirit there. Some might also have dealt with sleep paralysis at some point in time, or you still are, or can, because I'm seeing like right there. And then as I'm transforming, I'm seeing Pepe Le Pew, but Pepe Le Pew in a poodle. And you know how, was it because Pepe was really a cat? If I'm remembering correctly, and forgive me if I'm not. So he would have to find ways to get his stripe painted towards his love that was a skunk. Nonetheless, so I'm seeing a poodle with this marking. And maybe in regards to that sleep state or spirit state, sleep paralysis perhaps, or whatnot, I feel like I've been marked. Something could almost be obsessive. Maybe I'm obsessing about something as well. I'm not always going to project it out, right? I generally try to bring it home even as a guest, because I don't want to assume that's what anyone else is doing. But it's like then I step in. Almost like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm going to take a look at your cards here.
What date is it?
We are hanging out here on the date of September 14th. So we have the sun, and I want to place the sun down in there. The words being should inspire the creation of, the gaining of respect from or for things brought to life or light. Light bulbs. Even in that existential crisis kind of feel, it's like, oh my God, all the light bulbs on the Christmas tree light up at once. It's like ping, 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 ping. That's how it feels. Oh my goodness. Then you have Mercury, literally of the mind. The awareness of many thoughts about or from many words.
Who are you?
I am Steph. Who are you? And I want to place Mercury right there. Maybe you're working with Mercury energy. You're alchemizing with Mercury. The mind. I also have here Pluto. Resurrect. Get to the heart of. Do or die you must. Wow. This is like, do you feel that, Arians? Like it's not like a ride or die or do or die. I understand that's what it says, but that's how it feels like I got it. If I'm not already, I'm walking the path that every step I take, going to work at McDonald's or to a law firm or as a doctor surgeon, understanding that every presence is being of service in some way, shape, or form. Everything is being of service. And so maybe what I was preconceived with or pre-programmed, or I predetermined is actually the word, what being of service meant. Uranus, stir up the situation by using, be open to new ideas, invent a way to. These light bulbs going off, this crisis that isn't a crisis, not to say it might not be digested as that, but it feels like holy fitted sheet, Batman. Holy fitted sheet. The awareness of things that have been stirred up and resurrected.
West.
The many thoughts that I am open to, and the many words that I use that invent a way to the creation of the power of love, there will be. With the North Node and in the 5th house. Okay. Pepe Le Pew. The power of love. So as I am moving through the awarenesses, the stirring up of these awarenesses, and with warm feet and work to do, I understand that I'm creating from the power of love, and from that there will be success. There's been investments and gambles that I've taken, and they weren't gambles. I was being guided to see the creation of my creations. Sorry, I'm going to see the creation of my creations.
Attic.
Nothing but success here, Arians. Nothing but success here. Even in cold days. Did my best to stay warm. There's something opening up in me. Opening up. And this isn't because the way I was before, or maybe the way I thought about something. Whatever this shift is in the 5. Ow, my foot. It's like I there might be like heart surgery or psychic heart surgery. And I peeled open. And the sun of creation and of love, the creation of my own creations, was the light that illuminated. Like if somebody was doing work and they needed a light, like a mechanic or a surgeon, psychically, spiritually. And I feel like this has been going on for some time. Was it a success? Yes. Was the psychic surgery a success? Yes. But now I might feel a little undecided. Where do I go from here? Somebody also might have had heart surgery and it was a success. Congratulations. It's like, well, where do I go from here now? Now that I know that I am resurrected from my lunar body and my solar body being. I'm gaining the respect for and from. And even
It's
that
not easy.
is a realization. Gaining self-respect. I have self-respect, Arian. Sorry, I have no idea if I've even been looking at the camera. I have no idea. I apologize. Very, very invested here. Like, share, subscribe if I didn't say so already. And thank you to all those who donate and warm my haunted heart. Thank you. Where do I want to go from here? It's like having the surgery and deciding to go back to the way I was eating, doing, whatever the case is. Apply whatever. Because I feel like that's indifferent. This feels, I'm staying in the psychic surgery part because I feel like that's what's been happening in the subconscious spirit realm as well. Like with that Pepe Le Pew, and it's like even just that feeling of in the spine of where that stripe would be, light has been happening. And it's like my tears have fell from the eyes all the way down to my hips. That's like waterfalls of tears that have been healing. No idea if this makes sense. I'm going to keep going.
Cover.
My heart took cover, 4th angel. My heart needs to make a decision. What will I pursue? What will I do? What is my do or die? And what I attach to is I'm like a ride or die kind of person. But whatever I'm going to do, magician in the mirror and the world, I'm aware. Does that make, oh my God. It's like, seriously. Look at all your sunlight in your reading. It's blinded by the light. It's like, oh, with the magician.
You're back.
Thank you. Lunar and solar. It's all the way through. Lunar and solar. And now what? Thinking man, now what? The world is your playground. In a good way. In a kind way. Just heard the song. Cabbage Patch Kids growing in the garden. Cabbage Patch Kids growing in the sun.
Scorpio.
And the most amazing thing about a Cabbage Patch Kid is that each one grows to be a special one. I have no idea if I just made that up. No, the end part anyway. Arians, I've walked through the desert. I've done the fire walk. This is how I'm feeling in your aura. I've walked on the embers and the coals, the fire. I've walked through the desert where there is no mirage of water to be seen.
Energy.
And I had to generate. Copper. Death. Scorpio did come through. The eternal cycle begins here. This beaver, hard at work. The skull of illumination. The moth and the butterfly. Eternal love. Ancestors and owl. This is that spine work again. The spine work and the spiritual psychic surgery, whatever the case may be. Somebody thinks about you like a curious crystal, like prismatic, like you're looking at this crystal or diamond. It doesn't even have to be clear. It could just be anything. There's something about information and the way you're carved out, the way you're carving things, and it feels adoring but curious. Eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. This is that do or die, ride or die. And this is what I'm going to demonstrate to my ancestors, to my higher self, to my oversoul. Apply whatever term feels good in considering the layers of life living in different dimensions. Whatever you'd like. No. Okay. All right, Arians, I'm going to get ready to close out here. I hope this is proving to be not feeling well. I apologize if you're not, or I feel for you if you're not feeling well through this process, but you could be coming through this, being reborn, being rebuilt on your own way, shape, or form. And if you're not feeling well, taking a look at what could be causing that, whether it's your mind, other energy, circumstances. I also feel like some of you might have little gifts being left for you around by spirit. Like, some people find dimes everywhere, or I don't know. I don't know how else to say that. I'm being a witness to my own workings in that perspective. Arians. Anything else for the Arians? Closing out messages. Okay. We have here the cave that came out. The whole time that you might have been in some sort of cave, you were not alone. Somebody is also always trying to reach out to you in spirit to help answer your prayers, to work with you, top of the deck, the seed, to help nurture whatever it is that you wish to know. Like even though it says the seed, and that's great, the way I'm seeing it is like the rings on a tree. Love is love is love is love. Eternal, eternal, eternal. Center of the deck.
It's what we want.
The Lover. Lover. And I want to place the Swan down in there. Your prayers have been heard as you've been are hermiting, utilizing the subconscious space, using the silence of my own existential crisis. As I witness my own workings wisely, respect myself, dole it out and give it accordingly, and holding that bar of time to a caliber to live long and prosperous. It all begins here, and something also ended here. And that is beautiful. Arians, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Your very, very sunny aura. Your solar and your Mueller aura. I love it. I'm just going to leave it here. So all the links are below if you'd like to give it a thumbs up. Comment what you see, sense, or feel to inspire the collective, and or donate. You know what it makes me feel like? Sorry, before I go, it's like at one point in time, like just simply, artistically speaking, it's like I was working with oil paint before, and now I'm going to watercolor. They're not non-competitive. Just one's a little bit lighter right now, and that's what I'm working through.
Living
Okay.
room.
I'm going to let you be. Have a good day, Arians.